What is up, everyone? It is Midwest Raider fans coming at you with another video for our channel. We're looking good tonight. We just watched the Raiders play the Cowboys tonight on a Saturday night late. And we are up late right now. It is way past our bedtime, we'll put it that way. But we are still up. We might have had a few drinks, but we are feeling good. And we definitely wanted to get the video out because there are some emotions running about this game. And so we did lose to the Cowboys 27-12, although it's preseason. We understand that. And we're really confused right now because the quarterback play is still crazy close. So
dead even. I don't know.
It's ridiculous. So let's talk about real quick. Give the specs before Jimmy jumps in here. But O'Connell tonight, Minshew did get the start, and he was 10 for 21 for 95 yards, averaged 4.5 a pass, but he had a rating of 60.6. No touchdowns, no interceptions. O'Connell came in 14 for 20, 96 yards, one touchdown, one interception.
Pick six.
Yeah, pick six. So it was big. But he had a 76.2 rating. And then, of course, later in the game, Bradley Carter came in, which we didn't even get to see this guy in the first game. He came in and played 3 drives, but they didn't let him pass it at all. He passed in this game, and he had some authority to him. He had a 71.3 rating, 56 yards, and 4.3, 8 for 13, and he looked pretty good in the later part of this game. But our big thing we want to talk about right now is O'Connell and Minshew and who's going to be our starter. So I'm going to pass this to Jimmy. Like I said, I just told you how close those specs are. We have a 76.2. Now, the average for them, the rating is not close, but O'Connell had 96 yards and Minshew had 95 yards, so it's so close.
Right. We talked about this in our quarterback when we were breaking it down. Watch that video there. Like I said, it's ridiculous how close they are matched up. Like I said, my initial thoughts, it just doesn't seem like anybody wants it. They're playing to not lose, but they're not playing to win. So it doesn't seem like they're taking that step. You know, what's going to separate me from this guy? If it was me and him, I'm telling you, I want the job. I love this guy to death. He's one of my brothers. I love him to death. But I want the job. And it just doesn't seem like either of them want the job. They're playing not to lose. I don't see him taking some risks. I think I would respect more if he was out there trying to make something happen. But it just doesn't seem that. We're throwing the check-offs. You know, like neither of them stood out this game. Neither of them. Like I said, O'Connell got the touchdown this week. But if you looked at last week, watch that game, Minshew looked better.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't seem like either of them. And granted, I know they both want it. Why would you not want this? This is going to be my team, going to lead us to the playoffs because I still have hope. I still have that hope. And again, like I said, the score doesn't really matter. You got the 3rd and 4th string guys fighting who's going to play. And again, it's preseason. It doesn't matter, win or lose. But I just wanted to see more out of them, right? Or am I wrong? I wanted to see something. Again, it's not a normal offense. I don't care what anybody says. We're going to run the ball more. I don't think we did a whole lot of running. We had some good moves. Zamir White had some good, some nice, decent runs there for a little bit. But, like, once it comes down to it, we're going to get into our groove. I think we're passing a whole lot more because we're still trying to figure out who our quarterback is. And after today's game, I still don't know who that is. Yeah. I mean, I think they need to choose so we can go in and then to start focusing. This is our guy. This is our guy. But who's that guy? Who's that guy? They're so close. They both do certain things well. They both do things not so well.
Yeah.
So I think we're still stuck.
Yeah. So AP did say that he's going to release who's going to be the starting quarterback later this week. So that is probably going to happen. We're going to find out. And from the 2 games film that he had on both, he's going to make that decision. So we're going to find out. But we're just saying it was so close this game. In my opinion, this is my opinion, that still Minshew looks like he's probably going to be the starter in my opinion. Yes, his rating wasn't that great. He was 10 for 21, but in my opinion, he did take some shots. He did throw some longer balls today. He did hit Tucker for a pretty long one. So he did take some shots, not as many as we'd like to see, but I think he did take a little bit more chances. He scrambled out of the pocket. He used his legs to get some first downs. He just looks a little bit more ready to be able to lead the team. And if you gave him 4 quarters, maybe, he would show us something different. AOC, in my opinion, he's still just not there yet. He doesn't even look motivated in this game for me. He looked a little bit better in the last game, in my opinion, especially driving us all the way, from the 4-yard line to the end zone. Didn't get us a score, but just drove us. It looked really good. Today, it just didn't look as good. And he did have a touchdown in this game, did have a better rating, those types of things. But just like Jimmy was saying, they don't look like they're playing. They look like they're staying safe a little bit.
Yeah.
Even though Minshew, in my opinion, maybe took a little bit more shots, I still think he might be in the lead just a little bit. In my opinion, honestly, towards the end of this game, this Carter Bradley kid, man, he looked like he came in there with some authority, leading the team, saying hike, quick passes, firing that ball in there. Yeah, man, I was actually pretty surprised with this Carter Bradley in this game, towards the end of the game. And then I also did see a little bit of run game this game as well. So we got to see a little bit of a little extra. The defense looked okay in the first half. We only had them probably in the first quarter. We had our linebackers and a little bit of our secondary into the second quarter. But other than that, I couldn't really judge the defense. But yes, we did lose 27-12. But like I said, I think the biggest things we were looking at is that quarterback. And I think the whole world and the whole Raider Nation is checking out that quarterback. So.
Yep. No, I agree. And like I said, we all got to take into account, no Devontae. And then obviously we didn't have Bowers today, which are 2, going to be starters, in the lineup. So obviously you gotta figure they're going to double Devontae. Anybody, you're not going to just go in single coverage unless he proves otherwise, but he hasn't done that. I don't see that changing. So you got to take that into account. Again, it just seemed like they were playing not to lose, but it didn't seem like they were stepping up to win. I will say, I agree with you. Minshew did take some deeper balls, had a couple deeper. He missed that first one we all saw where he ended up checking down. It was a completion. Yeah. But, he had it deep. If he would have went deep, I would have liked to see that. Again, they just don't see any separation. I thought at this point, game 2, especially, AP came out and said, we're going to make our decision this week. We're going to know who the starter is. I thought, unless they know something we don't know, and they might, I don't know. But like I said, it just doesn't seem, they're just playing not to lose. I didn't see anybody stepping up like, hey, I want this position. I want to be that guy. So I'm a little frustrated. I'm a little mad. I was hoping to see a little bit more. Like I said, I think we can do it. Again, when you got the starters in there for a full game, it's going to be completely different, especially our defensive line. You get those big 3 in there, Kuntz and Crosby and Wilkinson. Yeah. Get them 3 in there. Obviously, they're going to raise havoc, and they're not going to have time to stand back there and take some deep shots. Yeah. But like I said, I think we're all focused on the same thing as the quarterback. Who's going to be the quarterback? So it'll be interesting to see if AP, if he stands true, which I don't see why he wouldn't. I think they're going to call the guy this week. So going into next week, which is a Friday game, against the Niners, the Bay. So it's a huge game.
Yeah,
granted, it's preseason.
Preseason, always still battle the Bay.
But doesn't matter. Obviously, we own that. we own California. We all know that. So it'll be interesting to see because we're going to have our starter. Yeah. And again, I don't want to do some stuff this year where we have this guy for 6 games, 4 games, and then we bring in somebody else. Like I want whoever it's going to be, I want them to step up and take the position. What do you think? Are you with me? I think that's what we want. We need to see somebody be that leader. Yeah. That's a quarterback position normally on an offense. They run, everything goes through that quarterback. So I was hoping to see a little bit more today. Unfortunately, we didn't. Like I said, their stat, again, so equal. It's crazy how equal they are.
So, absolutely, so close. Quarterback, still a controversy in my opinion. It still is. It's just like they will not separate. And so You kind of brought up a little point. We just saw that there's a free agent on the market, and he said, well, we should take a shot at him. So Daniel Jones just became a free agent. So why not? Why not take a chance for Daniel? I know we picked up Nathan Peterman, but we didn't even get to see him play in this game. So maybe we'll see him
play. He played
play.
at the end there. There's a couple.
No, he didn't. It was Cardler Bradley that game was still played. I don't think Nathan Peterman played today. So. Yes, so we'll see.
I guess we're going to be looking forward to see San Francisco now on a Friday, late again. And trust me, we'll be watching that game as well. So can't wait to check that game out, but we just can't separate the quarterbacks right now. So
yeah, what do you guys think? Who you think's the starter? Who earned it? Minshew, AOC? I mean, like I said, I don't know. I'm leaning towards Minshew. Again, I'm still going to stand. If you watched our first video, if you haven't, go watch it. Like I said, I think just Minshew has that little bit more pocket presence, which we're going to need. Like I said, these are professional athletes. They're all outstanding. I don't care what team they play for. Obviously, they're there for a reason. So there's going to be some tough drives. Obviously, we wish everything would go our way. That doesn't happen. No team has that. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, like I said, I was just hoping to see a little bit of separation from our quarterbacks today because that was my biggest takeaway. Again, unfortunately, we lost, but again, it's preseason. I'm not really worried about wins, losses. It ultimately doesn't matter. It's going to be that week one and going forward where it counts. So,
all right, so we got the Battle of the Bay coming up. We'll be excited for that game. It's always exciting to play the Niners. We know we have bad blood there, and we always want to beat them no matter what time it is, preseason, first game, whatever. We want to see some wins, and we always play them in the preseason. So. Can't wait to see that game. Let's see what happens this week. We might have some extra news with AP, maybe announcing a starter. First string, they're going to have to come down the roster and those types of things. So we're going to figure out some more things this week. But we probably won't come at you until we hit that San Francisco game, and then we'll probably try to do another little update like we are right now. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share, all those great things, trying to boost, get more subscribers, all that type of stuff. So
yeah,
thank
Raider
you so
Nation,
much.
let's do it.
Raider Nation. Like Jimmy said, comment, let us know what you guys think, who was making some highlights this game, and let's go back to the quarterback, man. Who is going to be the number one quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders week 1? Let us know.
Yeah, I like it. Like I said, I don't know. I think we both agree. I think it's leaning towards Minshew, but I don't know. Maybe you differ and have some. Like I said, they're so equal. It's really hard. Again, I'm going with that pocket protection. It seems like Minshew's in there, and he kind of shuffles to the left, shuffles to the right, moves out of that pocket, kind of helps to create some plays that I haven't really seen out of AOC. Yeah. And again, with them completing mainly the same amount, going the yards, distance, they're both equally. Like I said, I'm hoping, my hope is once they announce the number one guy, then the number one guy goes in there with that mentality. I was hoping somebody would step up and be like, hey, I want this position. This is my job. We didn't get that. So maybe if AP says this is going to be our guy, then put on that helmet, put on that hat, and yes, this is my job. I'm going in there and let's get it done. Again, it's preseason stuff when we don't have everybody playing and all our starters on offense, all of our weapons. So many weapons. So we just need somebody.
Yes. All right. As always, like I said, like, subscribe, and share. And I think we can just end this on,
Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.
Raiders.
We'll see you
Let's
on
get
our
it.
next video. Catch you later.